everyone, my name is Angie and welcome to Mountain Flower Ministry, where we keep our faith strong and our hearts open to the love of God. So today's video is going to be 3 things I had to give up to follow Christ. And I'm going to be looking at my laptop, which is on my lap here. So if you see me looking down, that's because I'm trying not to forget anything. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. Of course, when I want to film, I get allergies like the same day, but we're gonna go ahead and push ahead and not let, people's judgments get to me. And also, it's a good lesson to kind of start practicing to be yourself and open up and do the things that God has told you to do, even if, things are not perfect. So the first things that I had to give up were my old beliefs. And these include New Age beliefs, what having a relationship with Christ really means, and the belief that I wasn't worthy of true happiness because I had sinned a lot in my past. So, New Age beliefs. I was in the New Age movement, I guess, or I started getting into it in 2012, so basically after I finished college. But I'll go into my testimony another video. And I'm just talking about the things that I had to give up. And some of those things included the beliefs like the law of attraction was super good, I guess. Like the universe can give you anything you want, basically, if you think about it enough. And then I had to throw away my crystals, my tarot cards, my oracle cards that I had collected over really the course of 1 year because I was planning on starting a business on the side, And I also had to give up the beliefs that moon rituals actually were more powerful than, I guess, God. I didn't really know what having a relationship with God was like. So I did all these things, I had crystals in my pocket every single day in my purse. I had tarot cards and I used them to help people as well, or I thought help people. And then, had to give up the law of attraction, a bunch of mantras that I would write down. Like, it was a lot that I had to give up, but this is one of the things that was most important for me to start with, is to throw out those beliefs and put in the beliefs of what having a relationship with Christ is all about. So before, I thought that having a relationship with Christ was just kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, because what I was basing it on what I was hearing around me, what I learned in church, and what my peers around me were saying about Jesus Christ and what it was like to follow him. And I thought that he was like some hippie guy. He loves everybody. He's like pretty chill, pretty cool, like he probably smokes weed and stuff. And I was just like, okay, that was a wake-up call that that's not exactly how Jesus is, even though he's a loving Lord, but he really does care what you do, and he doesn't just want you to be some, I don't know, free-loving kind of person in the way that society views like that kind of behavior, I guess. It's hard to explain, and the next thing I had to give up was the belief that I wasn't worthy of happiness because of how much I thought I messed up in life, and that I did actually make a lot of mistakes in life. And I had to kind of throw that out the window because we are all worthy of having a relationship with God, but it does require us to get rid of some of the things that we used to believe and dabble in. So the second thing that I had to give up was my worldly desires, which included tons of followers online, perfect body and image, and I wanted to keep diving into and doing like toxic behaviors that would hurt my body and stuff and my health overall. And these worldly desires of like fame and fortune and money, and those were from a wounded place that I've come to realize it wasn't from like who I truly am, because my whole goal of starting Instagram and Twitter and stuff was to help people and to try to get out my talents and show people who I really am, and hopefully get noticed for my talents and not just like being cool and being like basically just being in the world. I had to give up the idea that I was going to be some perfect person and have the perfect body, like the perfect body you see online from like Instagram models. And I wanted to be seen as worthy so bad. And I thought like my husband and he was going to leave me if I didn't look a certain way, which is totally not true, because even though attraction is a big part of having chemistry with somebody at first, it's not going to like last a lifetime. Beauty is fleeting, you know? And so I had to give up that, like, and I had to give up my toxic behaviors because it was perpetuating the cycle of, you know, wanting to be noticed for who I am, but also people are only noticing me for my looks. People are only noticing me because I'm cool and I'm funny and friendly. And I had to give up toxic behaviors that were from wanting the perfect body, such as doing extreme dieting, doing extreme exercising, harming myself, and then falling into the cycle of food as my comfort and alcohol as my escape, because I wanted to be someone that the world like viewed as worthy and beautiful and smart. And instead of being myself and instead of keeping my intentions behind social media, it started turning into and warping into me being a person worthy of likes and follows, instead of me being a person going out there and living in my truth and showing people who I really am from my heart and not from my looks. Because all my life, people have always either put down my looks or told me like I was pretty and stuff. And that kind of mixed messages just makes you feel a certain way. And I knew that that was a worldly desire that I also had to give up. Yeah, and another thing I had to give up in my desires was not to face myself and not to face the wounds that I had since I was a little girl. And so using escapism and letting anger get to me, because I was just so frustrated that people weren't seeing me for who I really was. They were only seeing me for how many followers. They were only seeing me for how much I showed my body or something. And so giving up that worldly desires, it's a process. I feel like you begin to realize that, hey, this is not making me fulfilled. And then when God convicted me, he told me, delete your Instagram. And I was like, delete my Instagram? Like something I've been working on since 2013. And he was like, yeah, you need to, because your worldly desires are getting in the way of following me. And I was like, okay. And this year I got rid of it all, and that's why I only have YouTube right now, to try to reach an audience, because I feel like for me, YouTube is a little bit less on how you look and how many subscribers you have, and more on your content. And yeah, I feel like there's people out there who get more attention because of their looks and body and how much they show their body. And but I feel like that's not the way that God wanted me to live. And so that's the worldly desire that he made me throw in the trash can. So yeah, the third thing that I had to give up to follow Christ was my plans. And so that included how I wanted to make money, when I wanted to receive things and my blessings, and how I wanted to go about healing myself and those wounds that caused a lot of damage in my life and caused me to do a lot of things. And I'm not using it as an excuse of why I made mistakes and hurt other people sometimes, but those were like, I was using a lot of the worldly stuff to try to heal, and the New Age beliefs to try to get out of my depression and try to attract things to me instead of letting God bring them into my life in his timing. So originally, after I graduated college with psychology degree, Bachelor of Arts, I wanted to be a therapist, and then my mental health went down and stuff. And so I kind of was like, okay, I can't really do this right now. Let me do something else. Then I wanted to do Twitch and gaming and music, join a band and stuff. And then I wanted to do tarot consulting, um, basically coaching, but with tarot cards and kind of helping people that way, which I'm glad that God basically allowed me not to get many clients at all. So I wouldn't have been able to make a living off of any of those because I'm not resonating with like the secular part of like therapy. I'm not resonating with telling people to do and solve their problems in a worldly way. So I had to throw out that plan. And then I had a plan of how I wanted to receive things with the law of attraction. I wanted my own home. I wanted friends. I wanted money from self-employment because I feel like I'm just not meant to work in like a 9-to-5 job. So I was trying all these things and I was like meditating, doing mantras, moon rituals and stuff because I wanted to receive things on my time and not on God's time. And I see how that is dangerous now and how that doesn't really benefit anybody. It just benefits myself in the moment because what you get from magic rituals and stuff always has a price. And I didn't know that until, well, I lost it all. And then how I wanted to go about healing, like I mentioned before, I was trying to heal myself, different methods, drinking, which obviously doesn't help anybody, but I thought, maybe that will make me more social and less anxious. I wanted to heal from my traumatic events by just not thinking about them, maybe escaping them in some ways. And then I also got into like addictions, like I was using food as comfort. I was using exercise as punishment. I was wanting so much and how I wanted to heal, but God was like, no, you're not going to heal that way. And I was stubborn because I'm just a stubborn person sometimes. And that led to a lot of anxiety and depression and self-harm and stuff. So what I thought I was doing, my plans of how to heal myself, my plans on like self-help and stuff like that did not go according to the way that I wanted to. And I'm glad because now I'm pretty much a new person and I'm no longer a depressed person and I'm no longer on anxiety medications or depression medications, which was what, doctors had told me, this is how you're going to heal. And that's what I believed instead of just coming to God and letting him heal me in the time frame and in the ways that he wanted me to. And I'm letting him guide me now on my new beliefs, my new desires from the heart and from a good space, and then having him work his plans into my plans, because we serve God and we don't serve ourselves and we don't serve the world. And we kind of like, we have a mission and we can't get off track just because we want something now. So the scripture that I have for this video and that helped encourage me to give up those 3 things, my old beliefs, my worldly desires, and my plans, was Ephesians 4:22-24, and I'm going to be reading from the New International Version because that was the first online version that I saw of this that convicted me and helped me to move forward. So Ephesians 4:22-24 says, "You were taught with regard to your former life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness." That is all that I have for today. My lighting's getting a little weird, but hopefully I can make a better setup and make good videos for you guys so that you'll continue to come back and be inspired by my content. Yeah. Let me know what things you had to give up to follow Christ and if you have similar experiences, similar stories, and yeah, I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, all my new subscribers. I am very encouraged, and I feel very open to community again. So thank you, and I hope you have a good day. Bye, I'll see you in the next video.